All right, thank you guys. Werder Bremen takes on Wolfsburg, and that's going to be a 7:30 a.m. Eastern kickoff. Wolfsburg's the plus money favorite at plus 105, totals 2.5 flat. The draw is currently plus 245. And if you like Bremen in the upset, they're plus 260 for some money line cash. And after Friday's sports betting action, I'm 6-0 in my last 6 extra daily pick tier package plays on patreon.com/BrockPage. And that's a website where I sell really great sports pick subscriptions beginning at just $1.99 through the end of the month. Now, the daily extra pick, it's one of those packages that I sell on that website. Is I'm also 11-3 in my last 14 picks in that same category as well. And that's good for 79% over the course of the past 2 weeks in that membership. I also have a bunch of different great memberships, tiers, and packages that you can subscribe to. A lot of variety there. And if you just want to check out the website, maybe browse a little bit, check out my current record, a link for that site is in the description section below. And once again, that's patreon.com/BrockPage. Now, Bremen's been victorious in just 3 out of their last 15 league matches. This includes shutout losses to the likes of Mainz, Paderborn, Cologne, and Union Berlin, just to name a few. Very bad teams. Along with going scoreless against those bottom-tier clubs, Werder Bremen's been shut out in 8 out of those 15 contests. Now, Bremen's also averaging just 0.6 goals per contest in their last 5. They're currently in 17th place in the 18-team Bundesliga with a record of just 6-16 with 7 draws. They also have just 25 points on the year, which for reference is 45 points behind first place Bayern Munich. And one final thing to add about this Bremen squad, they rank dead last in total goals scored with 30, along with ranking 16th in goals allowed with 62. Bremen's taking on a Wolfsburg squad who lost just 2 out of their last 10 matches themselves, including solid victories over the likes of Leverkusen, Augsburg, and Hoffenheim, just to name a few. Wolfsburg, they've given up just 6 goals in their last 5 matches. They also rank 4th in total goals allowed on the season. Now, total-wise, oddly enough, Wolfsburg's last 2 straight matches got over the total of 2.5 goals. Matter of fact, 9 out of their last 11 also got over that number, which includes non-league contests as well. Meanwhile, on the Bremen side of things, they saw 3 out of their last 6 get over that number themselves. Give me Wolfsburg plus 105 and the over 2.5 in that contest. Before we go ahead and move on with the video here, I just want to take a quick timeout and welcome you to the show. Got some lines and personal leans out for Sunday's soccer action. We're going to take a look at Bundesliga, and we're going to take a look at a Bundesliga 2 division match as well. But before we dive into some more of that, I just have to quickly remind you once again that after Friday's sports wagering action, I improved to 6-0 in my last 6 extra daily pick premium plays on patreon.com/BrockPage. Of course, that's a website where I sell really great sports pick subscriptions beginning at just $1.99 through the end of the month. We are red hot right now. There's also a bunch of different memberships, tiers, and packages that you can subscribe to. A lot of variety. We'll bill you the day you sign up and then the first of every month following that. And one of those packages is called the Extra Daily Pick Tier Membership. It's only $2.99 through the end of the month. And in addition to going 6-0 in my last 6, I'm also hitting at 11-3 in my last 14 picks in that category, and that's good for 79% over the past 2 weeks in that membership. I strongly recommend you at least consider using the website for sports picks. They're my personal plays. They're games that I personally have action on. And once again, guys, that's patreon.com/BrockPage. Link is in the description section below. All right, moving on. We're going to take a look at Union Berlin squaring off against Schalke in a 9:30 a.m. Eastern start time. Union's the plus money favorite at plus $1.50. Totals 2.5 juice to the under. The draw's plus 215. And if you like Schalke to win it, they're catching $1.95 for some money line cash. Now, Schalke's just 1 point behind 8th place Hertha in the Bundesliga standings. They're also 8th in goals allowed with just 46. They're taking on a Union Berlin team who hasn't won a match in their last 6 straight, really struggling as of late. They're coming fresh off a 4-1 embarrassment to Gladbach, along with being shut out 4-0 to Hertha Berlin during that span as well. They were shut out 4-0 during that span. Anyway, during that 6-match winless streak, Union gave up 16 total goals. Union's currently in the bottom half of the standings in 13th place. They've been victorious in just 9 out of their 29 games thus far in the season. They also rank 14th in total goals scored with just 34. And speaking of scoring, when it comes to the total in this one, oddly enough, 2 out of Union's last 3 got over the total of 2.5 goals. 7 out of their last 9 also got over that number as well, and that includes non-league matches. Meanwhile, on the Schalke side of things, 2 out of their last 3 got over that number themselves. They also saw 5 out of their last 7 league matches get over the 2.5. Give me the underdog, Schalke Ball Club, plus $1.90, winning this one outright for some plus money cash in the over 2.5 in that match. All right, next contest, it is going to be Augsburg taking on Cologne, and that's going to be a 12 p.m. Eastern matinee. Cologne's the plus money favorite at plus 145. A lot of good equity for these favorites on Sunday, by the way. Total's 2.5 juice to the over. Look for that line to move upward. The draw is currently plus 250. And if you like Augsburg in an upset, they're plus $1.75 for some money line cash. Now, Augsburg's lost just 1 out of their last 3, which includes an impressive 3-0 shutout victory over Schalke during that span. They also held Paderborn scoreless in a 0-0 draw. They are taking on a Cologne team who's winless in their last 5 straight. They're also coming fresh off a loss where RB Leipzig doubled them up 4-2. They also lost 3-1 to Hoffenheim and 2-1 to Gladbach during that span. Cologne's given up 13 goals in their last 5 outings. They also rank in the bottom half of the standings in 12th place, winning just 10 out of 29 matches thus far on the year. Now, scoring-wise, Cologne's last 12 straight all got over the total of 2.5 goals. And like I said, look for that line to move upward later in the day, maybe tomorrow as well. Meanwhile, on the other side, Augsburg saw 3 out of their last 6 get over the total of 2.5 themselves. Give me another underdog here. I like Augsburg plus $1.75 for some plus money cash and the over 2.5 in that match. All right, next and final matchup for the show. It's going to be in the German Bundesliga 2 division, and I'm talking about Hannover 96. They're squaring off against Heidenheim in a 7:30 a.m. Eastern kickoff. Hannover's the plus money favorite at plus $1.25. Totals 2.5 flat. Now the draw's plus 225, and if you'd like Heidenheim to get the job done here, they're plus 210 for some money line cash. Now Heidenheim's coming fresh off an impressive 3-0 shutout victory over Aue in their last matchup. They also have not given up a goal in their last 3 straight, which includes their 1-0 shutout victory over Wiesbaden as well. Now this Heidenheim team, they've lost just 2 out of their last 10, and they find themselves in 4th place in the 18-team Bundesliga 2 division. Matter of fact, Heidenheim's just 3 points behind Stuttgart for the 2nd place spot. They also rank 2nd in goals allowed with just 29. Hannover, on the other side, they've been victorious in just 1 out of their last 3 matches themselves, including a convincingly bad 3-1 loss to Sandhausen. They were also held to just 1 goal in their draw with Karlsruhe. I always struggle with that word. Karlsruhe. Anyway, when it comes to the total in this one, Hannover saw their last 2 straight get over 2.5 goals. They also saw 5 out of their last 6 get over that number themselves. Heidenheim, on the other side, saw 3 out of their last 5 get over that total as well. Give me another underdog in this one. I like Heidenheim plus 210 and the over 2.5 in that match. All right, guys, let's go ahead and dive into some shout-outs. And from our Patreon platform, shout-out to Serge Brook, Isaac Clark, Manuel Alonso, Dimitri Davis, Thomas Berliant, Chemo136, Kevin Hannon, and Mr. B. Next, shout-outs from our Instagram platform. Shout out to Bubba Jonesy, Will Slade, Sanmila Maya. Shout out to former New York Giant Joey Smith, good friend of mine. Always good to see Joey in the comments section. Shout out to Stephen Cole, Jimmy from Ghost Picks ATS, Kira Peacock, and last, Major League Baseball agent Rafa Nieves. And finally, from our YouTube platform, shout out to Chidi Ikenwu, YC MyCap, Angel Reyes Moreno, Quien necesitas más español, Angelito, Quien necesitas, Bo Dunn, George Carter, Charles Lopez, Stephen Perez, and last but certainly not least, got to give a shout out to SOP LFD Striker. All right, guys, that's going to do it for me. I got to thank you for joining me right here on YouTube. I really hope you enjoyed all this great free content, all this great free information. Happy Saturday or Sunday to you, depending on when you're watching this. Best of luck to you, and I look forward to seeing you later on today on my website at patreon.com/BrockPage.